Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Lee Haywood with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
And a good Tuesday evening. Hopefully enjoy the beautiful weather conditions today. Sunshine. We got close to 80 degrees in Wilmington. Right now, cold front sinking well south of the region. Skies are mostly clear, just some scattered high clouds out there. Temperatures are comfortably cool. We're generally from about 50 to 55, and we're going to be dipping down into the mid to upper 40s overnight as the clouds slowly increase. There'll be a chance for rain tomorrow and cool temperatures, but it will warm up for the end of the week. I'll have more on that straight ahead. Your news at 11 starts right now.
You're watching WWAY News at 11.
Tonight on your News at 11, another school district speaks out about rumors of federal immigration enforcement activity ramping up in the county. Plus, a lawyer for sexual abuse victims in New Hanover County reacts to a new state Supreme Court ruling allowing cases to move forward. And later, an NBA gambling ring with at least 3 college programs involved. Details on who was associated from a school in North Carolina. Thanks for joining us tonight for your News at 11. I'm Jeff Rivenbark. Columbus County Schools has released a statement on concerns raised by some people over recent changes in federal immigration enforcement policies. Much like Bladen County Schools last week, Columbus County Schools say they've received guidance from legal counsel and administrators have been trained on the appropriate steps to take in the event that Immigration and Customs Enforcement visits a county school. CCS says they will adhere to protocols to ensure full compliance with the legal requirements outlined in the guidance they've received. As of now, there have been no reports of any involvement from ICE within any schools. We have new reaction from a lawyer representing sexual abuse victims in a case against New Hanover County Schools to a North Carolina Supreme Court ruling allowing the lawsuit to move forward. The ruling will allow victims of childhood sexual assault to file suit until they're 28 years old. That allows a lawsuit against the New Hanover County Board of Education and former Roland Grice band teacher Peter Frank to move forward. Frank is already serving more than 50 years in prison for dozens of child sex crimes. Joel Ryan, who represents 3 anonymous plaintiffs in the suit, says the ruling allows victims to file against the abuser and any institution that allowed the abuse to continue.
And that's what we're trying to do, is change behavior. We want policies and procedures in place, everybody trained to be able to look at, be able to find somebody that's grooming, to be able to spot somebody that's a pedophile.
Ryan also tells WWAY he hopes this ruling will open the door for other victims of sexual abuse in the future. Pender County Schools say they are making investments in bus driver recruitment, retention, and transportation safety with money provided by the county's Board of Commissioners. WWAY's Connor Doherty joins us now live in her studio. Connor, what is the district doing to recruit drivers and enhance safety?
Jeff, bus drivers in Pender County will see a pay increase along with upgraded equipment placed in their buses. The district is raising the starting wage for bus drivers from $16.26 to $17.75 per hour. Bus monitors will also see a pay adjustment. School officials say the move will make the district more competitive with surrounding areas and help retain experienced staff. Superintendent Brad Breedlove says this will help the county address its bus driver shortage.
We want to show the investment in our drivers. You know, they are professionals in what they do. And hopefully this will attract more individuals that will want to drive a bus for us. So, you know, it's a tough job, but it's also a rewarding job.
Breedlove also says the district will be making a $400,000 investment to upgrade radio systems in school buses, schools, and the transportation department. Breedlove added that the upgraded radios will be placed in more than 100 buses, but the upgrades may not be fully completed until after the school year. Jeff?
Thank you, Connor. In New Hanover County, Duke Energy presented the city of Wilmington with a $25,000 check tonight at the city council meeting. The money will be used to purchase 4 flood gauges that will help protect homes and residents from future flood events. The gauges will be placed along several waterways across the city, including Barnard's Creek, which flows into the Cape Fear River south of the city's port. 1 gauge is in place in the Cape Fear River near the city. Mayor Bill Saffo says the gauges will help the city better prepare for emergencies.
So it's important that we have these gauges to determine how we build our resiliency, how we work with our emergency management folks and the people in those areas that are impacted by this. So this is critically important and something that we've been talking about.
An exact timeline as to when the gauges will be installed was not announced during tonight's meeting. Also during the meeting tonight, they began with the city's official annual proclamation of February as Black History Month. Members of the NAACP, African American History Commission, and others local leaders joined council for the proclamation. This year's theme is African Americans and Labor, celebrating the impact of black workers and their impact across the country. A new film tells the little-known story of a deadly race massacre and insurrection that occurred in Wilmington in 1898. The Wilmington coup of 1898 is considered a pivotal part of Port City history. The coup followed the local election when the multiracial government was overthrown. It led to segregation laws being intensified. In November, a documentary, American Coup, Wilmington 1898, was released. Filmmakers Yoruba Richin and Brad Lichtenstein say they wanted to unbury history to a large audience.
So it's something that we should, absolutely remember and tell the story during Black History Month. But as I said, this is an American story. So this is a story that is for all months.
If you'd like to see the film, you can stream it on Amazon Prime Video, PBS North Carolina, and YouTube. The Cape Fear Museum also has an 1898 exhibit open to the public. Red wolves once ranged far and wide across the U.S., but there are now thought to be fewer than 20 left in the wild, all here in the Tar Heel State. Drivers are the biggest threat to their survival. For decades, conservationists have pushed for changes to US 64, busy two-lane highway that runs straight through the Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge. In late December, the Federal Highway Administration awarded the first grants under a new $125 million wildlife crossings pilot program. Part of the money will help state agencies and nonprofit groups rebuild a 2.5-mile section of the highway with fencing and a series of small underpasses to allow animals to pass safely underneath traffic. Last June, a breeding male was struck and killed on US 64 near Mans Harbor, and his death meant the 5 pups he'd been providing for died. Joe Madison with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says this section needs to be worked on first.
If you map the vehicle strike mortalities of red wolves over time and black bears, this stretch is the hot spot. It's the place where the largest percentage of those vehicle strikes are occurring.
The estimated total cost for the project is about $31 million, including $4 million in private donations raised by conservation groups and an anonymous donors matching grant. Besides Alligator River, the other remaining habitat for red wolves is in the nearby Poquoson Lakes National Wildlife Refuge. With warmer temps, some people enjoyed hitting the beach today, and one of the best things about a beach day this time of year is that parking is mostly free. Paid parking programs will begin in a number of beach towns soon, and one town says you can get a discount if you order your parking pass this week. The town of Curie Beach says the prices for a season pass are $50 if you buy them by Sunday, but $100 if you buy them between Monday and the end of the month. On March 1st, season passes increased to $225. Paid parking enforcement begins March 15th and runs through September 30th. Hours of enforcement are 8 a.m. to 6 in the evening. Tonight, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket was launched into low Earth orbit from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. The launch time was just after sunset, which meant the rocket could be seen right here in the Cape Fear, especially along the coast. These photos were submitted to us by Randy Sloan, who saw it in the sky in Hampstead this evening. As the rocket ascended to higher altitudes, the rocket vapor could be seen streaming across the sky. And this video submitted to us by Ashton Bunn, who saw it at Wrightsville Beach. The launch carried 21 new internet satellites to space. Ryan Lamb from Topsail Island could also see the rocket in the sky this evening. And don't forget, we'd love to see your photos. Go to WWAYTV3.com, click on the weather tab, and then weather photos. Ahead on WWAY News 11, the flight attendant who was killed in the passenger jet and helicopter crash last week honored with a water cannon salute in his hometown of Charlotte. And details on a school campus attack in Sweden that left over a dozen people either dead or wounded.
And today we almost had a record high temperature in the Wilmington area. Much different kind of day tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies. It'll be much cooler. You'll need the light jacket. 52 is all we're going to get for the high on the coast, and there could be a few rain showers for the afternoon. But improving weather for the end of the week. We'll have the full forecast in a bit.
Oh, here's Chief Meteorologist Lee Haywood with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
Today was definitely one of those bonus days. Hopefully you got out and enjoyed because it felt more like late spring than it did the middle of winter. 79 degrees, a high temperature, got close to the record high, which was 81. Set back in 1957. We started the morning at 57 degrees. Of course, we had a lot of sunshine out there today. Not nearly as much sunshine tomorrow. And quick check, a 3-degree guarantee. Forecast was 75 today. We exceeded a little bit of that number. We got to 79. Let's talk about what's going to be tomorrow. 57 degrees, so a dramatic change, basically 20 to 25 degrees colder tomorrow than what we had today. So it is going to be chilly out there tomorrow, but at least it's only going to be one day. Here's the good news. We're going to be back into the low to mid 70s for the end of the week. 72 Thursday, mid 70s Friday. A little bit of a downward trend, at least Saturday at 70, but still feels pretty good out there. Mid 70s Sunday, and then much chillier air arrives for next week. Let's take a look at the rain chances. We're going to be dry tonight and dry at the beginning of the day tomorrow, but as we get into the afternoon, just make sure you have the wet weather gear with you. There is going to be a chance for showers coming in for your Wednesday afternoon, and they will extend over into Wednesday evening and night. Rain chances are going to be about 40 to 50% across the region. As far as how much rain will fall, it's not going to be a whole lot of wet weather out there. We're thinking generally about 1/10 of an inch or less. So just some light showers are progressing through the region, and they should be offshore by Thursday morning. In the meantime, skies are mostly clear. Some higher thin level clouds coming in from the northwest. 56 degrees at the Wilmington International Airport. Wind is a little breezy behind that cold front that came in late this afternoon. Easterly around 16 miles per hour. A relative humidity value currently about 80%. It is much chillier to the north, 48 in Roanoke, low 40s up in Norfolk and Virginia, but we're 56 in Wilmington, 52 Augusta, and upper 50s down in Charleston. Current service map shows that the cold front that came through the region is down around the Savannah, Georgia area, and pretty much it's going to hang down there for tonight, then work its way back north as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday, and that's what's going to help us warm back up as we finally do get a little bit of a warmer trend toward the end of the week. Rest of the night, increasing cloud cover. It will be rather chilly as you wake up in the morning. Temperatures in the mid and upper 40s out there. Winds will be out of the north and northeast at 5 and 10 miles per hour. Here's a check of your forecast getting into Wednesday. Dramatically different from today, as you could get away with shorts and short sleeves today. You will need the jackets tomorrow. There could be some areas that struggle to get out of the 40s tomorrow. 51 Elizabethtown, 54 Leland, lower to mid 50s along the coastline. But again, big change from today. 53 in Lake Waccamaw, and we do have a chance for some showers coming in tomorrow afternoon in addition to the increasing cloud cover. Matter of fact, I think mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. Here come the afternoon showers scattered about. Additional showers building in from the west tomorrow night. As we head into Thursday, that warm front moves back to the north. That means southerly and southwesterly winds settle in, and that also means increasing sunshine as we get toward the end of the week. Should be a pretty good Thursday. Pleasant conditions and highs in the low 70s, middle 70s with a mixture of sunshine and cloudiness for Friday. Pretty good weekend. Only a slight chance for a shower Saturday, but I'll trade off a shower to get temperatures between about 70 and 75 for the weekend. Then next week we're going to definitely need the jackets.
All right, thank you, Lee. Earlier today, we learned that all 67 victims killed in the helicopter and plane collision at Reagan National Airport last week have been recovered from the Potomac River. In Charlotte, there was a water cannon salute for Ian Epstein. He was one of the flight attendants who was working the American Airlines flight. His body was transferred from the crash site back home to Charlotte. Photos and video following the salute showed airport workers and emergency crews gathered on the tarmac to pay their respects as the plane taxied to the gate. Across the Atlantic, police in central Sweden say about 10 people were killed in a school shooting today, several others injured. According to local police, the suspect is believed to be among those dead. Police say a gunman opened fire on the campus of a school for adults in the city of Örebro. Police are trying to determine a possible motive, but so far they don't think it's terror related. The school serves students who are over the age of 20. Primary and upper secondary school courses are offered, as well as Swedish classes for immigrants, vocational training, and programs for people with intellectual disabilities. Coming up on your news at 11, El Salvador offers to take American deportees of any nationality into their infamous prisons. Will the U.S. take them up on the deal? In political news, El Salvador has offered to house in its jails dangerous criminals from anywhere in the world deported by the United States, according to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The Central American country's leader also offered to house dangerous criminals who are U.S. citizens or legal residents. As of now, it's unclear whether the U.S. would take up that offer. The president of El Salvador has launched a security crackdown in his country, arresting more than 80,000 people and bringing the number of homicides down sharply. Human rights organizations argue that innocent people have been caught up in the policy, including at least dozens who have died in police custody. It was a busy day at the White House as President Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And as Jacqueline Lee reports, Trump is also reacting to Chinese retaliatory tariffs and discussing plans to dismantle the education department.
A flurry of activity at the White House as President Trump moves to remake the federal government. Trump also reacting to Chinese President Xi Jinping's retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Trump saying he's in no rush to meet with the Chinese leader.
It's fine. It's fine. We're going to do very well against China and against everybody else.
China implementing a series of tariffs on select U.S. goods like coal, liquefied natural gas, and crude oil to take effect next Monday. This coming after Trump implemented 10% tariffs on Chinese goods. The president also saying he wants to dismantle the Department of Education and have Congress pass legislation to shut it down. Trump saying states should have more power over education policies.
I believe strongly in school choice, but in addition to that, I want the states to run schools.
Trump's latest effort comes as Democratic lawmakers push back on the elimination of the U.S. Agency for International Development, which allocates billions of dollars in foreign aid. The move made by Elon Musk designated a special government employee by the White House.
It's going to be a contest here about who's really in charge.
President Trump also meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the first foreign leader to meet with Trump during his second term. Trump argued Palestinians have no choice but to leave Gaza.
They have never had a chance at life because the Gaza Strip has been a hellhole for people living there. It's been horrible.
Trump encouraging Egypt or Jordan to take in Palestinians, despite both countries and the Palestinian people rejecting that idea.
We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development.
That was Jacqueline Lee reporting. And tonight we're asking, do you support efforts to dismantle the Department of Education? Right now, 27% say yes, I support this. 55% say no, I do not support it. And 18% say they are unsure. Thanks to everyone who's voted this evening. If you would like to vote, just scan the QR code on the top of your screen or head to our website. Confirmation hearings continue today for a few of President Trump's cabinet picks. The full Senate confirmed Pam Bondi as Attorney General, installing a key ally of President Trump's to take the helm of the Justice Department. Bondi's nomination for Attorney General was approved by the upper chamber 54-46, with one Democrat, Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, joining all Republicans in voting to confirm her. Meanwhile, three more nominees are closer to full approval. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s nomination to lead the Department of Health and Human Services was narrowly approved by the Senate Finance Committee this morning. Committee members voted along party lines 14-13. The nomination now advances to the Senate floor. A confirmation vote could come as early as next week. And the Senate Intelligence Committee has approved the nomination of Tulsi Gabbard as the next Director of National Intelligence on a party line vote of 9-8. The nomination now advances to the full Senate floor. The full Senate also confirmed Doug Collins as Secretary of Veterans Affairs on a 77-23 vote. Sports is next on WWAY News at 11. Baseball season is starting soon. Why UNCW is confident they might three-peat despite losing three key arms.
WWAY Sports brought to you by Hughes Brothers Tire and Auto.
The UNCW baseball team has FanFest this weekend and is just 2 weeks away from the official start of their season now. The program has won back-to-back CAA championships, and many players say they want to three-peat, which has never been done in UNCW baseball history. Regardless, Baseball America projects UNCW to win the conference again. Head coach Randy Hood thinks his team is poised to make history.
I think the guys know, one, how tough it is to just win it once, how tough it is to win it twice, and how special it could be to win it 3 times in a row. I mean, you got the Chiefs this weekend trying to go for a three-peat in the Super Bowl. There's a standard, and our guys expect and know that, winning is a big part of what we're trying to do here.
And from the Super Bowl to a potential Super Regional. On the field, 6 of 9 starting position players return, highlighted by All-American first baseman Tanner Thatch. But the team has lost 3 pitchers to the Major League Baseball draft and others to the transfer portal. Leaders of this year's team say even though the Hawk Hurlers don't have as much experience, they believe that unit could help them achieve their goal.
Team-wise, though, we're looking for the three-peat, of course. I mean, hasn't been done yet, so why not do it now? This is such a good, solid group of guys, and the team chemistry with this team is unlike any other team we've kind of had. There's a lot of talent and a lot of confidence in guys, and I think that's what's going to push us through.
We will be very, very strong offensively. I can guarantee that. It's all about who's going to step up this year for us on the mound, and I think we're in a great position to go win a third title.
Three-peat. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Never been done before, so we're trying to be the first ones to do it. I think we've got the team to be able to do it. It's just going to be if we can go out there and execute.
I've heard that word a lot, and I think about it a lot. I want to make a super regional. That's the biggest thing that I've got my mind on right now. And there's a lot of things before that we must do first. Like win the CAA and make a regional and things like that. But I think this team could, without a doubt, do that.
Read more previewing the 2025 Diamond Hawks on our website, wwytv3.com/sports. And it seems betting allegations made against basketball players in this state transcend the professional level now. ESPN reports an alleged gambling ring is being investigated by federal officials in connection to unusual betting on a Greensboro-based college basketball team. ESPN claims sportsbook accounts tied to the gambling ring issued bets against 3 college basketball programs in games this season. That includes North Carolina A&T State University. The university's athletic director says 3 basketball players, including the top 2 scorers on the team, were recently suspended over a violation, quote, of well-established team rules, but did not comment any further due to privacy laws. The Aggies' January 9th matchup with Delaware is the game under investigation, which was a 10-point loss to the Blue Hens. ESPN reports this is the same gambling ring currently being investigated for its role in 2 NBA betting cases, but says they have cleared former Charlotte guard Terry Rozier of any wrongdoing. That does it for sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Jay. Cooler temps return tomorrow. Up next, Lee's back. He's tracking when it will warm up later this week.
Dramatic changes as we head into your Wednesday, as temperatures will be in the 40s to begin, but won't warm up much at all tomorrow, as we'll only get into the mid to upper 50s, and we'll have mostly cloudy skies, much cooler than that 79-degree high temperature today. Also a chance for some rain showers as we go into the afternoon. More scattered showers for your Wednesday night. Thursday and Friday, quick warm up across the area. We're talking about back into the 70s on Thursday and mid 70s beautiful Friday, with temperatures pretty much in the 70s Saturday and Sunday as well. Barely getting to 70 Saturday, but hey, we'll take it. And then mid 70s on Sunday before a cool down and a storm early next week brings us chance for rain, Jeff, and temperatures in the 50s. But these have been bonus days. Today was a great day to be outside, and I think tomorrow not so much, but Thursday and Friday will be pretty good.
Wow, it's going to be a shock to the system in the morning, huh?
Big one. And all day long tomorrow, I think you pretty much need the jackets and even the umbrellas tomorrow afternoon.
All right, keep that jacket handy. Good advice. Thanks for joining us tonight. Be sure to join Tamiko, Matt, and Matthew on Good Morning Carolina tomorrow morning starting at 5:30. Good night.